Naples, where police wage a constant battle against organised crime. We're now in the Trianon district, which is one of the poorest areas of Naples, as the officers look for sentinels, the lookouts.
This is a place of drugs.
The Camorra is the city's mafia, one of the world's most deadly and secretive criminal networks.
La camorra c'è sempre ed è un cancro di Napoli, della nostra città.
But now one of its bosses and killers is breaking the code of silence.
Però una cosa ricordo, è quel rumore sordo delle persone che cadevano dopo tu averci sparato.
Gennaro Panzuto was a dangerous criminal in Naples.
A criminal who's now turned on the Camorra, putting his brothers behind bars, leaving him a marked man.
Io mi sono pentito per amore dei miei figli.
This is the story of Gennaro Panzuto, the man who murdered for the mafia and then confessed all. In a prison in the Italian Alps, the secrets are being unlocked. The secrets of the Camorra clans, the secrets of a life spent committing terrible crimes.
Omicidio, tentato omicidio, associazione mafiosa, estorsione, traffico di droga, traffico di armi, riciclaggio di soldi, usura.
Gennaro Panzuto, a former leader of the Naples Camorra, is what Italians call a pentito, a state witness who's helped prosecute his associates. He's in a special prison unit for his own safety. The Italian authorities have allowed us exclusive access to hear his story, but not to show his face.
Quando guardo i miei figli, è inevitabile che penso ai figli delle persone che ho fatto del male, no?
Now 45 years old, he spent a decade in jail reflecting on what he's done.
E ribadisco ai familiari delle vittime, mi vergogno come un cane, ma non guardandoli negli occhi, perché mi sento troppo un vigliacco sono stato, perché ad ammazzare la gente non ci vuole niente. Ci vuole solo una grande vigliaccheria e basta.
Panzuto didn't become a killer overnight. As a teenager, he learnt how to be a street thief, working Italy's tourist hotspots, snatching watches. He was talent spotted by his uncle, Rosario, who headed a Camorra cigarette smuggling operation. Panzuto grew up in this dark, dead-end alley. Now he'd found an escape route from poverty. He was soon involved in extortion and drugs for the Camorra. Based on two big clans, the Camorra operates like no other mafia in the world, according to expert Dr. Filia Alum.
So those two clans, or those two alliances, in order to be powerful and in order to be strong, what they have tended to do is to recruit smaller clans. So in every district you will find a criminal family that controls the territory. So it's kind of alliance building. That's the flexibility and the fluidity of the Camorra.
By the time he was just 21, Panzuto had already spent time in jail. Now the Camorra wanted him to carry out their dirtiest work. He shows me where.
This
one here?
Yeah.
This is where it began?
Yeah.
Mergellina Marina, the beautiful place where what Panzuto calls his descent into hell began. In 1996, Camorra families were turning on each other in deadly rows over drugs territory. Panzuto was called to a meeting on a pier. He was given an instruction to defend his uncle from a rival.
Senti, ora vogliono ammazzare tuo zio, puoi far sì che non viene ammazzato tuo zio e ammazzi queste persone che vogliono ammazzare tuo zio, e lo devi fare tu che sei tu della sua famiglia.
They're asking you to kill somebody. Did you not think that's the wrong thing to do?
No,
Why not?
comprendo che è difficile da capire. Quando cresci in un contesto dove sono nato io, come nascono tra parentesi un sacco di ragazzi come me, è normale.
With a handshake, Panzuto's life changed. He became a killer. By his early 30s, he was clan leader after his uncle was jailed. His nickname was Terremoto, earthquake. Using the gun to defend territory, it was a time of blood.
So we're talking about targeted killings?
Yeah, and to be efficient, they have to decide on specific individuals, to give a message, they follow them around, they pinpoint where they are, and they kill them in order to win territory, but also to give a symbol and a message to that clan.
One of the victims was rival Graziano Borelli, shot dead in the street.
Non ricordo più le facce, però una cosa ricordo che mi rimbomba ancora adesso nella mia mente, è quel rumore sordo delle persone che cadevano dopo tu averci sparato. O mi ricordo le urla delle persone che stavano lì indirettamente, le sento ancora nelle mie orecchie, le urla di bambini, donne.
Panzuto era molto rispettato da altri clan ed era molto quotato come boss.
Pietro Ioia was a drug trafficker, but for years he's worked to steer people away from the Camorra. He tried with the young Panzuto, but failed.
La camorra è un serpente, una volta che ti prende difficilmente ti lascia.
Panzuto's violence made him a target for one of Italy's elite anti-mafia judges.
I think at the time Gennaro Panzuto was a dangerous criminal in Naples, in Italy.
Michele Del Prete was determined to bring down the young leader before he grew any stronger.
In quel periodo parliamo sicuramente più di 5 o 6 omicidi sicuramente in cui ha partecipato direttamente. Era un periodo in cui Panzuto aveva necessità di affermare proprio la sua caratura criminale.
The net was closing in on Gennaro Panzuto. In June 2006, an arrest warrant was issued. He was now wanted for mafia association and murder. And that's when he took a fateful decision.
He went on the run. Panzuto came here, northwest England. Not exactly a gangster's paradise, you might think. At first, he lay low at a caravan park in a quiet corner of rural Lancashire.
So this is where he used to live?
Yeah, he lived at number 1, top of the stairs.
Resident Mick Berry met Panzuto when the Italian gangster accidentally pranged his car.
He reversed into my car over there.
He reversed into your car?
Right, and after that, we become friends.
What was he like then?
He's very friendly, sociable bloke, yeah. He's a bit of charm about him. He likes to enjoy himself, yeah. Barbecue. He loved the barbecue. He used to have them outside on the patio.
Away from the bloodshed of Naples, Gennaro Panzuto has grown to enjoy his new life in the northwest. But it was a curious choice for a mobster from southern Italy. So why did he choose to come here?
I'm the daughter of an ex-mafia boss in Italy. This was many years ago, we're talking about nearly 30 years ago.
Marisa Mericle and her father served time in prison before renouncing the mafia. She's settled here in Lancashire. Although she doesn't know Panzuto, she understands why he came here.
I was shocked, but in a way, I wasn't, because Britain is sort of a safe haven in a way.
What would make the UK so attractive to a member of the mafia?
You know, you don't have to walk around with an ID, la carta d'identità, that's what they call it in Italy. Also, to set up a business, it's very easy. You know, company's house over here, you set a business, that's it, within a few days you have documentation, where in Italy you have to go for a course, a procedure, there's a lot more to it, a lot more background checks, and whereas in the UK there isn't.
And none of that is lost on foreign crime gangs.
They became more aware of it, of how sort of lax the laws are in certain areas, and still are.
The mafia became more aware of
Yeah,
rights.
oh definitely, yeah.
Panzuto came to northwest England because he had local criminal contacts who he'd made back in Naples. Contacts who were now willing to help him.
Mi vennero a prendere con la Rolls Royce. Io non sapete quanto sorridevo. Mi piacciono le macchine, però la Rolls Royce era, come posso dire, uno stereotipo di macchina.
Panzuto's white-collar helpers set up dozens of companies to trade goods between northern England and Naples. It was a big tax-dodging scam which started with shoes.
Non solo alle scarpe, dipendeva dalla società. Io mi ricordo che abbiamo invasa Napoli. Io le cose che mi ricordo che sono state molto più redditizie, che ha fatto un ordine di milioni di sterline, erano servizi per il bagno, bathroom.
It's called carousel fraud. Goods move between companies that are closed down before any VAT is paid. It costs governments across Europe billions in lost taxes.
Carousel fraud is really, really profitable. Carousel fraud is a good tool even to money launder or to move money from a country to another.
So it's really important to organise crime groups.
Yeah, it's a paradise because you can earn really a huge amount of money with very simple scheme.
What about the role played by Panzuto's British associates?
Did those people know that you were using that money to help your camorra associates in Naples?
Certo.
Certo.
Ma come no? Anzi, loro erano contenti.
Back at the caravan park, Mick Berry was completely in the dark. He just remembers his Italian friend's generosity.
Got something to show
Have
you
you?
here. Yeah. Them are the shoes he gave me.
He gave you those
He
shoes?
gave me them shoes, yeah. Because I said I like dancing, he said these are proper Italian shoes.
Made in Italy as well?
Yeah, made in Italy, yeah. Them had Northern Soul dancing shoes on.
Panzuto had struck a bargain with his British associates. They taught him about fraud. He showed them how to call in debts, the Camorra way. He set up a late-night meeting with one debtor, designed to send a message to all those who owed money.
L'ho presi, prima lo diedi una testata, lo buttò per terra e gli dissi: ricordati quello che ti sto facendo e diglielo a tutti che questo ora è l'aria che tira qua. E gli mangiò un orecchio.
According to Panzuto, his British associates were there. But his time on the run was coming to an end. By 2007, Panzuto was directing events in Naples from this village. But little did he know the Italian authorities had found him thanks to phone tapping. And in May 2007, he was arrested and extradited.
When you discovered this mafia connection, what was your reaction?
First of all, you question yourself to say, what on earth's going on?
When it was in the papers and stuff, I thought, oh my God. And all my friends were saying, have you seen all we said about that guy? And that's him. I'm going, oh my God. He nearly moved in my house in Blackpool as well.
With Panzuto facing a life sentence, he did the unthinkable for a mafia man. He talked, and he told prosecutors about his British helpers.
When you heard the names of Gennaro Panzuto's associates in the UK, what did you tell the British police?
Conoscevano già il personaggio per questo tipo di reati, ma non avevano notizie invece dei legami con la camorra napoletana, quindi per loro era una novità.
So what happened to those people that Panzuto named? We know that Lancashire police investigated, but it appears that nobody was arrested and nobody was ever charged.
For legal reasons, we can't name them. The streets of Panzuto's hometown, Naples. Police here are still fighting powerful mafia clans. A sign of that power, a shrine in memory of the son of a clan leader who was killed in a shooting. We're out with the Squadra Mobile, Italy's flying squad, patrolling some of the toughest estates in the city.
This is place of drug.
Yes, it's a place where drugs are sold. We're now in the Socavo area, which is the home of another clan, and we're driving terribly slowly through some low-rise blocks as the officers look for sentinels, the lookouts. This is a constant daily battle for these police officers from the Naples Flying Squad, trying to stop these types of crime, drug dealing. And the fear is that the money made here is funneled into some of the most dangerous crime groups in the world.
Many camorra bosses are now in prison, put there by witnesses like Panzuto. The result? Some clans are now run by teenagers, nicknamed baby gangs. They're less organised, but very violent.
Prendono pistole e sparano. A differenza della vecchia camorra che ci ragionava, i giovani non discutono, sparano e basta. La camorra c'è sempre ed è un cancro di Napoli, della nostra città.
We're sitting in on the start of a trial of men accused of murder, drug trafficking and extortion. The defendant greets a carabinieri officer like an old friend. A coming together of opponents in a never-ending battle to control the streets. But we're warned by the city's chief anti-mafia prosecutor not to focus on the violence. We should follow the money.
Quello che è importante sottolineare è proprio questa capacità di trasformare la violenza in business, in le reti criminali, in reti di impresa. Corruzione, riciclaggio sono leve formidabili, molto più importanti del ricorso alla violenza e soprattutto del ricorso alla violenza di strada.
And yet, there are signs of hope in Panzuto's old neighbourhood.
It's an after-school club where basically the nuns try and get the kids off the street in order to try and give them things to do and make them do homeworks.
Centro Shalom.
Yep.
Gennaro Panzuto came here as a child. The nuns are still trying to stop the gangs from grooming the next generation.
How do the camorra recruit young people here in this area?
Allora li attira sicuramente con i soldi, perché oggi manca il lavoro, quindi per loro è facile offrire dei soldi, una somma di soldi alti. Sicuramente noi qua abbiamo tanti ragazzi che vivono il quartiere e che sono veramente a rischio.
Ida is a volunteer, and 20 years ago, some in her family were Panzuto's deadly rivals. She says this centre saved her life as a child.
Ida, do you have hope for the future?
Io sono molto fiduciosa per il futuro, anche perché se ce l'ho fatta io, ce la possono fare tutti, quindi mi affido e sono fiduciosa.
From his prison in the mountains at the other end of Italy, ex-camorrista Gennaro Panzuto is scathing about his old gang.
The finish.
They're finished.
This time, giorni d'oggi. Oggi a Napoli sono bulli, no camorristi.
Why did he turn against them?
Io mi sono pentito per amore della mia convivente, per amore dei miei figli.
His decision to choose family over the clan has cost him dear.
What's the personal price for you in doing that?
Too much.
Too much?
Too much. C'ho un fratello, 3 sorelle, ma io non li vedo e non li sento da quando ho fatto il collaboratore.
Gennaro Panzuto was the street thief who became a mafia killer. After more than a decade behind bars, he'll soon be released. But he'll always be looking over his shoulder. For a man brought up in violence, this could be the hardest fight of all.